when I'm mixing tracks, a very common problem I come across is filling in the space, filling in the gap. There'll be a vocal, and then there'll be a space, nothing happening until the next vocal happens, and you gotta fill in the space. You gotta keep the party moving, so to speak. So you throw a delay on there, and then it sounds like shit. And then you throw some more reverb on there, and it still sounds like shit. So I want to show you, I had some good success on this one song, Andy Keel's Lie Baby. So I want to give you a shot, show you what I did with it to kind of fill in the gap and make it actually cool. So I'll play it here.
This force I can't see. I've got a feeling that you're gonna crush me. You're so hard, I get.
Cool. So you can see that kind of felt pretty uncomfortable with just this long gap of nothing there. So first thing I do is make a new track, and that's what I've got going right here. Made a new track. This is for just the throw delay. Went through the vocal takes, looked for a different take of Crush Me, because that's the word we're going to delay or, keep using until we get to the next set of words. So here, this is the original Crush Me.
Crush me.
Cool. And now let's check out the second one. I'm going to take off all these plugins so that we can go through them together and hear kind of what they do. But this is just the performance of Crush Me.
Crush me.
You can hear the me. He kind of lays that out a little bit longer, which is going to be nice. That's what we want, because we need to make this thing super long. We've got like 3 seconds of time to fill. So I'm going to move that back a half note. Let's try some delay. We'll put this first H delay on. I think this is probably where about started. So this is going to give it, we've got a very short feedback on here, just a little bit of dry wet. It's just going to give it a little bit of a tail.
Crush me.
Cool. You can still see it finishes before we really get to here, and we need this whole space kind of filled up. So let's keep going. Let's add another H delay on. This is a 8th note ping pong. This has got a longer release on it. The ping pong, so we're going to hear a little bit more stereo action. And then dry wet, very small dry wet, we're at 4. And we got some filtering on here with the lo-fi. So here's that together.
Crush me.
Cool. So now we're getting some delays that are hanging out now just up until about here, which is great. A little motion in the stereo field. It's feeling better. But just keep trying to make it a little bit better. I wanted to push this further back. It felt a little bit too close still. So put a black spring reverb on here. Just a little bit of mix, a little decay to make it, put the tone back to, again, push this further back in the mix. So let's hear these on.
Crush me.
It's getting a little bit further. You hear it's just the reverb just kind of helps muddy it up a little bit, because we don't want it to be too clear. If it's too clear, it sounds not right. So we want to kind of messy it up. That's what helps with that. You can keep going with some more reverb. Put black hole. Now this is after the quarter note delay. This is just a reverb I made. Some good presets if you want that. That's all together.
Crush me.
Cool. We're getting there. It's feeling more and more, murky. So, let's see. We can try now this Echo Boy. Yeah, and this one was at the 16th note, and you can see I've got this one pretty wet, so it's actually almost delaying the whole signal a 16th note. I've got a decent amount of feedback on here. This was one that I kind of just played with the dry wet, and just ended up really liking what the shift that it kind of did timing wise to it. So here's with the 16th note delay.
Crush me.
That, you can hear that felt pretty cool. So lock it in a little bit more together. You can throw RVox on here, kind of push all the reverbs and delays, just make them a little bit more cohesive.
crush me.
Nice. Brings up the volume a little bit, but definitely also gives it just what we need. The glue. So let's play with a little bit of, I think these are for tone. Yeah, this, I wanted to take the S, that crush was kind of coming through pretty heavy. And I think this 269 is the bottom of his voice that's going to show up. And the 5K, I wanted to steal some of the clarity out. Again, just keep pushing it further back. So let's hear what those plugins do.
Crush me.
Cool. Again, it's pushing it way back. It's feeling pretty darn good. So let's hear what that all sounds like together with the whole mix.
I've got a feeling that you're gonna crush me. You're so hard, I get protected.
That's cool. I mean, that fills the gap all the way now till the next vocal happens. And you got some, you hear some reverb, you hear some delay, you kind of hear a little bit of everything, which is really nice. But it felt a little too clean. So I kind of went back into my school days. I remember there was a student that had asked if people would ever use the MP3 as an effect. And the teacher kind of laughed and said, like, oh, well, the difference in like what an MP3 sounds like, it's not really going to make much of an effect. So I really don't think people will ever use the MP3 style as an effect. So I made a mental note of that. And I said, if anybody can be that asshole, I can be that guy. So with this one, there's actually a really cool plugin by Goodhertz, and it's called Lossy. It sounded really cool when I did a dry wet automation from 0 to I don't know, probably around somewhere around 100%. I'll show you the automation lane so you can see how it's moving. But I'll solo this so you can hear it, because this is pretty cool. You'll hear it. It makes it feel like it's like being lost on like a fax machine transmission signal.
Crush me.
All right, MP3 effect, kind of. So when I heard that, I was like really digging that, because I just like played with that live and then recorded that in. But it felt I'll play with the whole track. It feels just a little stale. Like you'll feel like it's just a little. It just needed motion. Check it.
I've got a feeling that you're gonna crush me. You're so hard, I get protected.
It's cool. It felt like it was almost doing its own thing. So I put this filter freak on here. This filter freak, it's got a quarter note triangle on it, doing the filter freak dance, and it's just kind of giving it some motion. I could have used like a side chain, like a pumper, waves pumper or kickstart, something like that. But I wanted the frequencies. Again, this is kind of like helping to push the delay a little bit further back by killing some of those high frequencies. So this just gave it motion. Again, it just makes it feel like it's more now in the track. So I'll solo this so you can hear what that actually is doing. Right, it's not totally noticeable, but like it's definitely noticeable. Let me take it off and I'll play it again. It's like it's too flat. Put it in. Ugh. That's fucked up. That's cool. So here we go. Let's play with the whole track, see what it does. Fill in the gap.
Force I can't see. I've got a feeling that you're gonna crush me. You're so hard, I get protected. Tension's right.
And that's how I was filling in the gaps for Andy Kill's Lie Baby. Make a new track, put a bunch of cool plugins on it, and then you can bring any word down onto that track and it's just gonna play. and be way more time saver than, setting up a new aux and doing it that way. This way with the new track, just bring down any word you want on that track, and now it's going to have that same effect. So, hope you enjoyed it. Like, subscribe, comment if you got any questions. Let me know if this was any help to you, and if looking for any tips, follow, hit me up. Dave Rowland.